Namaskaram yogis, welcome to my channel. My name is Nagendra. Welcome to day 5 of Yin Yoga practice. So Yin Yoga is working on those deep connective tissues, your ligament, tendon and fascia. Let's start a practice. We'll start this practice coming into a cross-legged position like this. Take your hands upon your thighs in Chin Mudra, keeping your head, neck and spine in one line, and gently close your eyes. And just observe the breath. As we inhale, feel the rise of the chest. And as we exhale, feel the fall of the chest. Keep breathing. And as you inhale, feel that lift in the belly. And as you exhale, feel the movement of abdomen towards the spine. Keep that awareness completely on the breathing pattern. And stay still. Still like a rock, like a stone, and just observe the breathing pattern. Strike down every single thought that comes to your mind and keep that undivided attention on that breath. Breathe. Setting the intention right for today's practice, joining your palms together. Slowly and gently open your eyes. Let's start our practice. We'll start this practice coming into a Vajrasana. Sitting with your hips over the heels, with big toes together, heels apart. Take a long deep breath in and out. Now from here, just take your hands behind your back. Try to join your palms in reverse prayer position. Finding harder to join your palms in reverse prayer position, just measure your opposite arm with the opposite hand. So options, you have two options. You can choose either of the one. Keeping your back straight. And just going with the option number 1, joining the palms together behind your back into that prayer position. Keeping your head, neck and spine in one line, big toes together, heels apart. Be careful if you have any shoulder and wrist injuries. Breathe. Slowly and gently close your eyes. Stay here. Keep breathing. And as we inhale, feel that expansion of the chest. And as we exhale, feel the contraction of your lungs. And try to feed in oxygen to those body parts which are being stretched. And just observe the breath. Make some adjustments if you feel your body is hurting. Keep breathing. Long, deep inhale. And exhale. Keep up the breath. And try to be as still as possible into a pose. And try to consciously feed in oxygen to those body parts which are being stretched or being hurting. Long, deep inhale. Exhale. Long, deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Slowly and gently releasing the hands. Coming back center, relax to release. Now from here, just widen your knees with your big toes together, heels apart. Try to stretch your both arms in front and rest your chest chin on the ground. Stay into that white child's posture. Breathe. You can choose to move in towards the broader side of the mat so that your knees are not coming out of the mat, otherwise it might hurt on the ground. Stay here. Just breathe. Long deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Feel all of that energy shift that is happening into your hip joints, and just consciously feeling oxygen to those body parts which are being stretched, and stay here. Breathe. Long deep breath, inhale, exhale. And feel that nice bloating of abdomen happening over your thighs. Just breathe. Keep breathing, keep exhaling. And while you're observing your breath, try to be as still as possible, because with the stillness in the body, stillness in the mind comes. Stay still, still like a rock, like a stone, and just breathe. You can do some adjustments if you feel your knees, ankles, any joint that is hurting. Make adjustments. Keep with the breath. And stay still, still like a rock, like a stone. And just observe the breath, observe the thoughts. Let them pass by. Don't get carried away by your thoughts, emotions, feelings. Let them pass by. Breathe. Always remember, you are the subject, you are the soul, you are the part of that supreme power, supreme consciousness. Everything around you is objective. You are the subject, you are the main. And if you feel, you can go and slowly rest your chest chin down. That would be really great. So Yin Yoga is all about finding that edge. For every individual, that edge would be different, depending upon the level of flexibility and the yoga practice. So respecting your limits, find your edge where you feel comfortable and stable so that you can stay longer into a pose. And try and consciously breathe into those body parts which have been stretched. And find that stillness in your body. Deep breathing. Long deep breath, inhale, exhale. And slowly from here, lift the head and chest up. Come up center. From here, tuck your toes in, lift your knees up, hips up. Try to press your heels into the ground, into that downward facing dog. Fingers wide spread. Stay into that first downward facing. Fingers wide spread. It's okay if your heels are not resting, they are lifted up, that's fine. Just stay here and breathe. Long deep inhale and exhale.
Feeling those nice, sweet stretches on the back of the legs, hamstrings, calves. Breathe. And try to be as still as possible. Still like a rock, like a stone. And feel that stretch part of the body. Yin. It's a passive practice, slow pace practice. We're holding postures from somewhere around 2 to 5 minutes. Breathe and finding that stillness in your body, finding that edge. Breathe. And slowly from here, walk your feet forward, bring your feet out of your palms, try and sit and come to a malasana. You can sit like this, keeping your hands together, namaste in front of the chest, or keep your hands out to the sides, pressing your arms strongly into your inner thighs backward. Stay. Make sure not rolling your feet on the inner edges. Try and press the outer blades of the feet back straight and just breathe into the pelvic, setting into this malasana, the garlands posture. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Keep up the breath. Once again, consciously feeding in oxygen to those body parts which are being stretched. And feel that energy shift that is happening into your hip joints. Breathe. Breathe. Keep breathing. Keep exhaling. Keep breathing. Keep exhaling. For every individual, Yin Yoga is just about finding that edge, finding that stillness in the body. For every individual, that edge might be different, depending upon the level of flexibility. You just stay here into your first stage and breathe. Your heels might be lifting up as you start off, and as you see, and as you stay longer, just giving time to the pose, you see that your heels are resting, your body is getting more comfortable into that first edge. That's where you pass in from that first edge to another, your body gets comfortable. You have to find that edge where you feel most comfortable and stable, and just try to stay there. Breathe there. It's not necessarily that you pass into another edge. If you feel your body is getting comfortable, stable, and with ease, you can move into that another edge. You'll move into the another edge, which is obviously a deeper version of first edge. So edge is just about the pose, or you can say the variation of a pose in which you are staying. Yin Yoga gives you that comfort, or where in which Yin Yoga gives you comfort into that pose. It really helps you appreciate the pose. You can find out those joints which are really stretched. You can really feel in the depth of stretch into the Yin Yoga practice. And just try to find that stillness in the every pose that you do. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now slowly from here, bring your hands down once again. Try to walk your feet down backward. Come to a downward facing. Now slowly from here, drop your knees. Sit with your hips over the heels and come up and sit on your place, stretching your both legs forward on the mat, facing the screen. Now have a look from here. Bend your left knee to stretch your right leg out to the side. Extend it fully like this and try to obtuse the angle between the legs. Try to open the legs as wide as possible. Take a long deep breath in and out, and slowly and gently from here, rest your right hand over the top of the right shin bone. Take a long deep breath, inhale and exhale. Lean the body laterally like this, stay. Hold this position. You can stay here like this, or you can just keep this hand over the waist. So this is good for me. I'm comfortable here. Breathe. So I would think for everyone practicing this would be the first edge, or you might be hanging up to this much level. That's fine. Just try and find that first edge for yourself. Stay here. Obviously the first edge is really comfortable and stable. When you're comfortable and stable into a pose, it's really easy to hold the pose for longer duration. That's why you're talking more of comfort and stability in yin yoga. We're not focusing much on alignments. Obviously you're focusing on alignments, but the priority is to stay longer and stable into a posture without any friction. And you see, as you stay longer into this pose, you start to find that ease and comfort, and you see that your body transiting from that first edge to the another edge. Breathe, make all the necessary adjustments. And just stay still like a rock, like a stone. Because with the stillness of the body, stillness of the mind comes. Breathe. And observe your breath, observe your thoughts without being attached or being carried away. Let them pass by. You are the observer, you are the part of the Supreme Being, Supreme Consciousness. Everything around you is temporary. You are the subject, you are the main. You are the part of the Supreme Power. You are part of the Supreme Soul. Everything around is objective. You are the subject, just uplifted by the ignorance of mind, body, intellect, ego, man, buddhi, ahankara, mind, intellect and ego. This body is ignorant by mind, body, ego. Try to raise yourself from this and try to move towards that Supreme Power, Supreme Being, Supreme Consciousness. Try to move internal, which is within. You don't need to find it outside. That is there within you, seated at the heart center. Try to have that deep connection with that soul seated at the heart center. Take a long deep breath, inhaling back to the center and exhaling, relax please. With this position, just try and tilt your pubic bone down the ground and try to rest your palms down. You might be here like this or here. So whatever your maximum is, or where you're comfortable, stay here. Or you can rest your forearms on the ground. Just tilting your pubic bone down the ground. To bow your head down, stay. Breathe. And try to be as still as possible. Finding that edge for yourself. Staying still. Still like a rock, like a stone. And just consciously feeding oxygen to those body parts which have been stressed, so that can feel comfortable into the pose. It really helps you stay longer into the pose when you feel in consciously thinking of those body parts which have been stressed. And stay still like a rock, like a stone, and observe the breathing pattern. Observe your thoughts without being attached or being carried away. Breathing out. And try to find that stillness in your pose. Deep breathing. As you stay longer into a pose, you see your body is moving into the another edge, which is obviously a deeper version of the first edge. The body sinks more deeper and with ease and comfort. Breathe, just giving time, and see how that natural flexibility of the body takes charge, and you see that body ease out into the practice as you move on from one edge to another edge. You can stay or try to choose to stay in that first stage only and see if your body is allowing you to move to second edge. Then give a try. If you feel the body is showing friction, move back, retrieve back again back to that first edge, and just enjoy your practice over there. Enjoy that nice beautiful stretch. Those are coming to your inner thighs and to your groins region, and being still. Inhale and exhale slowly from here, coming back center, relax to release, switching the sides, switching the legs. Have a look. Extend your left leg out to the side, lean on one side to bend your right knee to the joint, widen your legs out. As it is, lean the body laterally towards the left side. You can rest your hand over the waist like this or over the head, whichever finds easier for you. I feel like keeping the hand over the waist gives a more comfortable state of pose. And just try to breathe into this. Stretch it out, obtuse the angle between the legs. Breathe. Feeling those nice stretches on your inner thighs and your groins. Be mindful if you have any knee injuries. And try to be as still as possible. Because with the stillness in the body, stillness in the mind comes. A still mind is more focused mind, more concentrated mind. That's where yoga comes in. Yoga plays an important role in keeping you or helping you keep your mind, body, intellect into that present auspicious moment. Being that very moment, neither dwelling into the past nor being anxious of the future, just being there. Yoga practice helps you keep in that very moment, the very auspicious moment. Your mind is still, your body is still, so mind becomes still, mind becomes more focused, more concentrated. It helps you stay in that very present moment. You can choose an object of focus, it could be internal or external, and keep that undivided attention on that object of focus. That unwavered, that undivided attention on that object leads to focus and concentration. And a prolonged concentration leads to meditation and eventually to samadhi. The samadhi is a state where there is a unity with the one, unity with the subject. Where there's samadhi is a state of mind where there's unity with the subject, union with the one, yuj, union of two, soul with the supreme soul, prakriti with the purush, rising the kundali from the base of the spine to meeting at the sahasra chakra, Shakti meeting Shiva at the crown of the head. At the end, for every individual, the goal is to be with the one, with the supreme being, supreme power. To be with the one. You choose different paths to be with the one, with the supreme being, supreme power. You choose different paths to be one with the supreme being. Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raj Yoga, Karma Yoga. Choosing different paths. So in all of the four paths you can have a combination of two, keeping one dominant into your practice. Deep breathing. Slowly from here, inhaling back to the center, exhaling to relax. Now walk your hands forward. You might be over here like this with your palms down on the ground, or with your forearms down, whichever finds easier for you. And stay here, tilting your pubic bone down the ground to rest your forehead onto the forearms and stay. As I mentioned earlier, choosing the paths for your practice, keeping one as a dominant in your practice. It has been said in Kali Yuga, you should practice Bhakti Yoga because it's the easiest of the path to unite with the Supreme Being, Supreme Power. You can choose that object, God, deity you believe in, and try to keep that unwavered, undivided attention on that object, God, deity, surrendering all your actions to that God, doing every action in the name of God you believe. Rising that soul from this ignorant body, mind, intellect, ego, to unite with that Supreme Being, Supreme Power, Supreme Consciousness, that Purusha, waiting for that Prakriti to meet Shiva, waiting for Shakti to unite with soul, Supreme Soul, waiting for the soul to unite. Everything is within you, the whole universe is within. Whatever you see outside is within. Just try and compare. Whatever you see outside is already within you. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Keep up the breath. Slowly and gently lift the head and chest up, coming back center. Relax to release. Now slowly from here, stretching your both legs forward on the mat, gathering your feet together, leg together. Hinge from the pelvic, try to lean forward, keeping your leg muscles completely relaxed, keeping your hands on the either side of your feet to bring your head down. Stay. Loosen your muscles completely. Let the body sink in down with its natural flexibility. And try and feel those stretches coming on the posterior part of the body. Run your or scan your mind through all the parts of your body which are being stretched. Do some adjustment if required. Try to feel each and every cell which is vibrating within your body and feeding oxygen consciously to those body parts which are being stressed or being carried away, and consciously feeding oxygen to those body parts which are being stretched, and find that edge for yourself where you feel comfortable. Yin, a slow paced practice, amazing practice to pull down all that unwavering thoughts, to settle down all those thoughts, to stabilize your mind, just practicing stillness and finding that edge. A still body has a still mind, a more focused mind, a more concentrated mind. A more focused mind, a more concentrated mind. So degree of concentration defines the intellect and power of mind of an individual. So you might see people around you who are having high degree of concentration. It is what differs from one man to another. And yoga really helps you bring in that present moment. When you're just in that present moment, you are more focused, more concentrated, because you're not stressing anything about future or anxious about future or dwelling in the past. Just being there, that is where yoga comes. The yoga practice brings you here in that very moment. Deep breathing and being still. And you may see after some time your body is able to sink in more deeper, finding that another edge for yourself, finding that another edge, finding that another edge for yourself. Breathe. Breathe. Keep up the breath. Keep breathing, keep exhaling. You may see that can go more deeper, finding one more edge for yourself. Deep breathing. Relax. Stay still. Just observe the breath. Let them pass by. Don't get attached or don't get carried away by your thoughts, emotions, feelings. Let them pass by. Take a long deep breath, inhale and exhale. Slowly from here back to the center. Relax to release. Have a look. Lean on one side. Bend your left knee in half diamond. You can keep your knees slightly wider if you feel. Now slowly from here, lean on your right forearm to left forearm and lie down flat on your back. Measuring your opposite arm with your opposite hand over the head. Stay here. Breathe. Stretching those quad muscles. Stretching your left quad muscles. Breathe. Once again. Being in that very present moment. Being conscious of that. Once again, being in that very present moment, being aware of your thoughts, letting them pass by without being attached or being carried away, and just being still into your pose. Still mind is a more focused mind, more concentrated mind. You can focus on your objective, you can focus on your subject, the God, deity you believe in, and there is a continuous flow of energy into that subject. When there is a continuous flow of energy into that subject, there is meditation happening. You are meditating upon that subject. That subject could be internal and external, and that continuous flow of energy, the continuous flow of energy leads to meditation and eventually to samadhi, the state where there is union of soul with the supreme soul, the supreme power with the subject, union. Keep up the breath. Keep breathing, keep exhaling. Slowly and gently open your eyes. Lean on one side. To once again come up and stand in a place. As it is, we're going to repeat on the other side. Bend your right knee to bring your right knee in half diamond out of the Vajrasana. Lean on the left forearm to lie down flat on your back. Raise your arms over the head to measure your opposite arm with the opposite hand. And stay still like a rock, like a stone once again. Breathe. Keep breathing, keep exhaling. Feel the nice Stretch into your quad muscles. Be mindful of any injuries and just being aware of your body. Being there in the very present moment, that very auspicious moment. And observing your breath, observing your thoughts, with body being still. Still body is a still mind, has a more focused mind, more concentrated mind. You can stay in that very present. Yes, every practice that you do in your life, and when you try to be fully aware or do that practice with full awareness in whatever thing you do, so overall eventually it leads and to a high level of concentration, leads to more purer thoughts when you're here in that very moment, eliminates negativity from your life when you stay in that very moment, because you're just thinking of that very moment. You cut down karma when you stay in that very present moment. And being still, observing the breath, concentrated mind eventually leads to meditation and finally to samadhi of the supreme power, merging that supreme power. There is immense love, peace within. Just need to uplift from this ignorant mind or intellect ego, and that purer form, supreme being, the Purusha, the Shiva, union, Shakti, Shiva, Kundalini rising from the Mooladhara, passing to the main channel, Sushumna, and reaching down the Sahasra Chakra where the 1,000-petal lotus, great joy, great bliss happens within. You evolve, you become that supreme power, supreme being, pure form of you, the purest form of you. Enjoying that bliss, joy, love, with the supreme power. Brilliantly bringing awareness to your breath and to your surroundings. Lean on one side, come up and sit at a place, stretching the both legs forward on the mat. Slowly from here, hug your knees to the chest tightly. Take a long deep breath in and out, and come up and sit at a place.
Please like, share and subscribe so that I can reach more number of people out there and can handle needful. You can check out my other two playlists, the Vinyasa Flow, which is more of dynamic and intense practice, and the other one is the morning yoga stretches, which are more of beginner friendly. And to practice live with me, you can fill the form in the description box below. See you in the live session. Till then, keep practicing. Thank you.